Hey guys, Mitsurugi Jones back again with Final Fantasy XI. Now today we're going to talk about how to get your Adventuring Fellow. Now an Adventuring Fellow, to be honest, a lot of people don't even bother getting an Adventuring Fellow anymore. It's not like Trust, it's not as easy to call them up, but it is another person that you can kind of bring along and it'll help you out battle-wise and things. And you will have to level that character up individually of yourself. With the Trust, they just automatically level when you level. So no matter what level you're at, that's the level they're at. With an Adventuring Fellow, you actually have to have them gain experience. And I believe they start, the quest starts at 30. And you can, at level 30, do the quest, and your Adventuring Fellow will start out as level 30. So you talk to this wonderful little thing here called Luto. She is a Mithra, and you are going to start the unlisted qualities, is what it is called. Now this is what you're going to pick. Once you talk to her, this is what you're going to do to pick the race of the character. And she wants you to go and find this mysterious person. But you pick her, what type of character is and her name. So you want to go down, after talking to her, to Lower Juno. And in Lower Juno, right about there, on the bridge area, you will talk to another person, and she will talk to you about the appearance. Now, we'll just run down here, and I will show you here real quick exactly where she's at. We'll talk to her, and you'll see at least the beginning of some options that you can pick for her appearance. Now, I picked a Mithra. You can pick any race that you would like, male or female, except for the Galka, which is always male, and the Mithra, which is always female. So let's go ahead and talk to her, Kua. And let's see. When you want to talk to Luto, the first character is in Upper Juno at G8. Then you are going to talk to this one here, Kua Dakosa. And where is she at? She's in Lower Juno at H8. Now we're going down to Port Juno. And here we will be talking to Red Ghost, which is right, he walks around sort of right in this area right here. So let's go there and talk to him real quick. And if I remember right, what does he talk about with you? He talks about with you their personality, if I remember correctly. This was a pre-edited film, so you guys didn't have to sit and walk around with me for, the video was a 45-minute video. I would have to cut it down so you guys didn't have to watch me running around like crazy. So, alright, here we are in LaRue Garden. Now, for LaRue Garden, we have to talk. She's actually right here next to the zoning area. And her name is Acta. And she's at H10 in the LaRue Gardens. So, she's right up here. It looks like I had a little bit of difficulty spotting her right away, but I believe it's a little old lady, but it could be a little old man. Or, yeah, it's a little old man, it looks like. My bad. His name is Atka, and he is going to be in the Relude Gardens at H10. Now, he is going to give you another option. Now, what you need to do is, need to go back up to Upper Juno, talk to this gentleman at this gate here. His name is Beam. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a very strange spelling. Yeah, it's just kind of weird. But he's a pretty cool dude, so you go ahead and talk to him real quick. And then we're going to have to go back. He's going to do a little cutscene there for you. This kind of shows you basically what you picked. This will be your traveling companion, your fellow. Now, you would summon this character when they give you an earring, and you have to equip the earring, and then you can summon this Adventuring Fellow with you, and then you can level. There are a lot of restrictions. There are certain areas they can't be in. You can't cast them in areas. Whenever you zone, it seems to kick them, because she's never actually really in your party. It just kind of, you'll see her little her name and her health bar at the bottom right above where it says say. And you don't get any more details than that unless there's a mod that I haven't been able to pick up, or maybe it's just because I just got her and there's some other quests that you can do. So you want to come back over here to Luto, and here we go. Get another cutscene. She seems very happy and excited. She likes to introduce adventuring fellows, apparently. But you will get some rewards for this. Like, this is pretty much the finishing up of the first quest, which is called Unlisted Qualities. And then you have the Girl in the Looking Glass, which is next. And this is... you don't get the Signal Pearl until you finish all 3 quests. Now, you will have to zone. So I have zoned, and I have come back and talking to her again. For whatever reason, in Final Fantasy XI, there are a lot of quests, actually, where once you talk to somebody and finish something, and you want to start a new quest, you actually have to walk to a place where the loading screen comes up, and then walk back to that person, and then you can actually do it. Sometimes you even have to wait for an entire in-game day or longer. But essentially what happens is Yoli, which is my adventuring fellow that I have picked, is basically going after this little girl. She got lost in, and I'm going to massacre this name, Eldemine Necropolis. Eldemi Necropolis, maybe? I'll go with that. And so you're going to need to go there. So, after talking to Ludo, you have now officially started the Girl in the Looking Glass quest. You need to go back to Bream and talk to him. And if you remember right, he's right up here next to this bridge, which is cool because it's on your way out to the Necropolis. Let's talk to him real quick. And it is a little bit of a walk, but I will go ahead and cut that out of the video for you guys. And again with another little cutscene here. So apparently Yoli likes to take, felt sorry for the mother and went looking for the little girl because she knew where the little girl was going. So, and it is, the Necropolis is a pretty creepy place, even for a lot of high-level characters. But the place we are going in particular is not too bad. Now, if you were to start at level 30, it might be. But I think I'm around level 60 at this point. And unfortunately, I got a little bit of a walk ahead of me, so I went ahead side. And right there on the map, is where you want to pick up and enter the Necropolis. And I'm trying to find where I have written it down. At G8. At G8 is where you want to go. From the Batilla Downs. G8. That will bring you into the Necropolis. And then you need to find a question mark at F9 in this particular map. I will zone in here real quick and we'll take a look at the map and show you it is not too terribly far. And if I remember right, you can use trusts in this battle as long as you spawn them before you touch the question mark. So let's go ahead and take a look at the map here real quick. And yeah, right down here at the bottom, right as it starts to enter into the cave area, is where you're going to find the question mark. Right over here. Now, what I would do, and what I did do, is I just cleared out all these other mobs in the area, because I did not want them aggroing me while I was in the middle of the battle. The battle isn't super tough or anything, but, it's just better not to have that kind of... If you're not sure, those things can gang up on you really quickly. So you get another little cutscene where Yoli's coming to look for the little girl, and voila, the monster, he will pop. Yeah, I picked Yoli because I never pick female characters when I play. For whatever reason in my games, I always play the male characters, not the female characters. So just as a change of pace, thought I would pick her for my adventuring fellow. You gotta kill this nice little skeleton here. He is no big deal. Namarodo. Oh, okay. Interesting. He's got a sickle. That's pretty sweet. I have yet to play with a sickle in this game, which is a weapon for Dark Knights. A lot of people enjoy that tremendously. It looks cool. I'm sure I will try it eventually. Just haven't got around to it. Great Axe and Axe is pretty much what I use as a warrior, because those are the two weapons that he is highly rated for. I guess because when they originally built the game, it was a tank class, but he's almost exclusively a damage dealer now. He can tank at early levels, but most people don't have parties at early levels, so he's pretty much just a damage dealer. And she goes away with the child back to Juno. So back to Juno. And then we need to speak to Luto once again. And you will get another cutscene. Now we are going to have to go to the next and last one called Mirror Mirror. And again, you will have to zone, and you'll have to come back and talk to Yoli. And finally, when you finish this one, you are going to get your Signal Pearl, which you can actually, I guess, cast her or use the Signal Pearl, and she appears and she helps you out. Now, I have found that she, now the way I picked, I don't know if it has any bearing, and I don't think it does. The questions that you answer has no real bearing on what it is that she does. She, I think, exclusively starts out as a warrior, with a sword and a shield. Now, that is kind of a pain in the butt for me, because she always constantly provokes. Now, you could say, well, you could put the trust out there and have, you know, one of those guys provoke with her, and she probably wouldn't do as much damage as one of those people. So you could probably keep aggro off her. Unfortunately, she seems to provoke a split second after every other trust that I have tried with. So she gets aggro pretty quickly, and it's kind of a pain in the butt to heal her. So, not entirely sure if I'm going to use her a ton, but I may. Once you get to a certain point in the game, there are certain little things you like to do, you know what I mean? You find these things enjoyable, like the details of things, and so eventually I probably will level her up. Now, I've zoned, and I've come back, I've talked to Luto, and then we are going to have to go to Sandoria. After this nice little cutscene, we will be heading to Port Sandoria, and it's going to be at H9, and talk to a gentleman by the name of Portier. And we will see him. He's in a cargo room in Port Sandoria, and we will zone to that as soon as this cutscene is over. Me and my mismatched armor set, as promised, right here in front of the cargo room. You go in here and talk, and then we are going to have to kill another mob. Yet another. A dragon, actually, in this case. A weird-looking dragon, but it's a dragon. A black dragon, I guess. But here is this stuck-up gentleman here. The elvens always seem to be pretty stuck-up in this game. At least the NPCs, anyway. And I got my red, I got my blue, I got my silver. Look at that. I am dashing. I am a fucking dandy, right there. And here comes Yoli strolling in like they ain't nothing going down. She seems to have this magic mirror that shows her what she's supposed to do in her life. Which, you know, I guess that would be nice. I don't know. To be able to get grab your goals and dreams out of a mirror. Oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. But eventually the mirror sets its sights on you, and then you see what happens to the mirror a little bit later. But as soon as you're done with that quest, as soon as you're done talking to that NPC, you need to go to the Gelsba outpost. And right here, right where I'm at here at F9, there's a hut door. You go ahead and double click on that, and it should give you an option for the particular quest, which makes me think there's other quests to do here. This is my first quest at the hut door. So we will double check. Nice, you know, not sure you'd really want to be entering the place with human skulls right on the front posts there to the porch. But, and you go ahead and click on Mirror Mirror. You get your little cutscene, and then we get to fight. Fight! Fight! And this little, Beardkin's his name, I guess. He has the mirror, and it's bringing out this evil thing. And, well, poor Beardkin. He stands no chance with his little dagger. So it is going to be up to you, my friend. Now, when you start this battle, you can't use any of your trust. It is just you. Once you get him down to a certain amount of health, then Yoli will step in and help you out. And it'll be your first time fighting together. So, as you can see, I did try. I just wanted to make sure, double check. Because sometimes I got a lot of information for this one out of the guide, and sometimes the guides are outdated. So I just wanted to double check and see if I could. And oh, right there in the guts, huh? And I did sub Dancer for this. Dancer's just one of those easy subs for almost any job. If you're going to go out and do anything in particular in your high level, because it gives you the option to heal using your TP instead of magic points. So you don't have to sub any magic, and you always gain TP. You know, the more you hit, you gain TP, or tactical points, as they're called, TPs for short. And it also gives you Drain Samba, which is extraordinarily nice, especially for the warrior, because every time you hit, you will get some hit points back. Now, they're not a ton most of the time, but they, you know, over time they add up. And I put my axe away. I have no idea why. I guess just for the cutscene. But Yoli will pop out here and help you out. A flash of little Mithra claws across the screen. And there she is, in all of her glory, with sword and shield, with her white hair and tuffy ears. And there's the mirror. It has been broke because it was feeding power to the beast, and the beast would have killed me if she hadn't stepped in and accidentally, you know, broke her mirror. So, back to the battle. Gotta go ahead and slash A for the attack, get up in his face. Now, he does do paralyze, which is kind of a pain in the butt, because that sometimes means you're just standing there, not actually doing anything. And just wanted to get a good look at him here. Kind of a strange looking dragon, but I believe, it looks like the same exact dragon you do in your Bastok mission. It's the Emissary is the one that you do. Except for there's a little evil dude with him with a big, one big eye, and you have to kill both of them. And there it is. There he just spit upon me some paralyze. Or, no, a petrification. My bad. It's petrification. And that will keep you from making any actions, or taking any actions, no attacks or anything. And he's close to death, but Yoli is not, so she's still whacking away at him. And then I believe I get the final hit, which is nice. It's always nice to get the final hit. Just wanted to double check and make sure I didn't have anything for paralyze. But I didn't, so go ahead and take him out with a couple whacks. And then you will get yet another cutscene. Inside the Orcish outpost here. I guess that's supposed to be a throne. I'm not positive what it is, but it looks like, you know, like a warlord throne or something like that. So she talks about a little bit about her mirror, and she goes back, and you need to go back and talk to Luto once again. Luto is very happy for the two of you, for the both of you. You'd think that you were getting married from the way this woman talks. But nope, just an adventuring fellow. As far as I know in Final Fantasy, now in Final Fantasy XI I know you can get married in-game, but I don't believe you can get married to an NPC. I would think not anyway. I think it's only between players. And I think there's even some benefits that you can get specifically from marrying, but I don't know. I've known people that were married in-game, but I've never been to a wedding. I've heard it's a very festive event for some link shells and whatnot. And there she goes. She gives up the mirror to Luto, and now she is, I guess, indebted to your service. Now, I guess she goes off and does her own thing, but when you use the Signal Pearl, that's when she pops up and becomes your little companion. You can use her in addition to trust, so say you get your 3 trusts, and then you can use her, so that would be 5 altogether. If you were to play with a Beastmaster or Summoner or a Puppet Master, all of those, that would make an extra 1. So you'd have a full party of 6 if you really wanted to. And that, you can pretty much take on a lot of things. If you're like just barely missing beating something with you and your 3 trusts, you can try her, and that could tilt the balance of it. So anyway, as you can see here, there is the Signal Pearl, and that is going to do it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and we will check you guys next time. It's Mitsurugi Jones.